Hi, this is Barry Lewis along with Mike Brown, and welcome to our look at Week 8 of the high school football season. And Mike, most weeks, most of the focus, or at least a lot of the focus, is on the big Class 6A matchups. This week's a little different. Most of the big games this week are in smaller classes, 5A and 4A. So let's take a look at a big Class 4A showdown on Thursday night. Remember, most of the games this week are on Thursday, and on Thursday night, Cascia Hall travels to Fort Gibson, and what a 4A matchup that will be.
Big game in District 4A 4. Very interesting matchup in terms of you've got two of the best running backs in the area, and as you know, Jake Gandera and Abram McQuarters, their statistics are almost mirror images of each other. One has 17 touchdowns, one has 14. McQuarters averaging 9.9 yards per carry, Gandera 9.0. So, you know, we'll find out if Cascia Hall deserves the #1 ranking, or we'll find out if Fort Gibson's for real. And another huge Class 4A matchup taking place in District 4A3.
Yes, I'll be in Wagner to see Wagner host Cleveland. Wagner, the defending state champions, after losing in the final moments, being stunned by Coweta in the opening week, they've reeled off 6 straight wins. They've looked quite like a juggernaut like they were last year when they won the state championship. And Cleveland, off to a great start. Its best start in a long time at 7-0. Chaz Stallard having a great year, the 4-year starter at quarterback for Cleveland. Is Cleveland for real? Can they make a real big run at a state championship? We'll find out this Thursday night. And Mike, let's go to 5A now. A big matchup at East Central. Collinsville, coming off a huge win at Coweta last week, takes on the Cardinals. And this game is a lot more interesting this week than we might have thought a week ago.
Well, yes, they take on the Cardinals, and they are the Cardinals. It's a big week for big game for Collinsville. East Central has been on a roll despite the forfeit. A guy that I think needs to be mentioned, Zane McElroy's had a heck of a year. He was their backup quarterback coming in. They had an injury, and he's accounted for 13 touchdowns. Key game for Collinsville to have a chance for getting a home field playoff berth. As you know, they've already lost to Claremore in district play, and so they probably need to win this one to host a home playoff game.
A big key for Collinsville, of course, will be how do you stop East Central's Stan Von Taylor, the OU commit, outstanding wide receiver, defensive back. He does it all for East Central. And also in 5A, you've got an interesting game you're going to be seeing on Friday night as Bishop Kelly travels to McAllister.
Yeah, both of those teams took their lumps early in the season, but they've been on a roll in district play, both 4-0, and you know it'll be interesting to see there which team is actually going to have a chance to make a long playoff run. And we haven't talked about this, but with all the Thursday games, you know, this was always, when I was a younger pup, this was the weekend that I really looked forward to, because it was a 4-day weekend. And a lot of teams will be out there in action on Thursday night.
All right, and not to forget 6A entirely, an intriguing 6A matchup on Friday night will be Sepulpa at Westmore. It has big playoff implications. For Mike Brown, this is Barry Lewis. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.